Hey there, fashion bosses. How are you doing? My name remains Faith Abraham, Creative Director of Fashion Boss Innovations Academy. So, in today's tutorial, we are going to be learning how to draft, cut, and sew this trending Queen Anne neckline. Okay, just the neckline. So, we are going to be drafting a bustier and then the sweetheart and then the that relate into the Queen Anne neckline basically, and then how to use our lining to turn it. Okay, so I said a bustier with the Queen Anne neckline. Okay, and then how to turn it. So if this is what you like to learn, please stay to the end of this video and do not forget to subscribe. Okay, all right. So here we are on our cutting table. I already have my basic bodies pattern drafted already. Okay, basic line rolled out, but I'm going to carry you along. Okay, so I actually did this because I know drafting and marking basic bodies, okay, is something that a lot of us are already familiar with. Okay, so I'm just trying to glue my paper to the table so it does not move, back and forth in the course of, the drafting and all right. So like I said earlier, do not forget to subscribe if you are new on this channel. Want to say very big thank you and welcome. Do not forget to subscribe, and then if you are a returning subscriber, thanks for stopping by. So I'm just going right away to roll out my starting line properly. I initially rolled it with a pencil, so I'm just using a marker, okay, to flesh it out. So I have the starting line. I'm sorry if the view is a bit distant from you. Okay, so I have the starting line. I have my shoulder measured out. I have my armhole, and then I have my shoulder to my chest line, my shoulder to my bust point on the bust, waist, and then the hem of the blouse, or is actually an half length. Okay, so I'm going right away now to impute my darts, which of course is distance between the nipple to nipple, okay, divided by 2. Mine is 10 for this pattern is 10, so I divided by 2. That's 5 plus 0.5. Okay, that was what I did. All right, so I measured it on the bust line, the waist, and then the M. So I'm connecting the marks right now to give me a straight line, which of course is going to stand as our dart line. Okay, so I come to my shoulder line and then I measured what I'm having there and dividing it into two to get the midpoint. Okay, so I haven't gotten the midpoint. I just mark that midpoint, and then I'm going to connect the midpoint where I just mark into the dot line we just created. Okay, so I measured what is left of my shoulder line. That is what I did there. Okay, it was 5 inches because the shoulder was 8. After removing neckline of 3 inches, remaining 5, so 2.5 was the midpoint. Okay, so I came down to the under bust line, and then I'm deducting 1.5 from this side and then 1 point from this side, from the under bust down to the M, and then I'm just going to connect. Okay, 1.5 from the other side and then 1 inch from the side that is closer to me, and then I just connected the line, and then I'm going to connect with a curve into my under bust. Okay, so this shouldn't be something that is strange to a lot of us. It's just a basic how we do our regular bustiers. Okay, so it's nothing. I'm just reiterating for the purpose or benefit of those who this might probably be their first time. Okay, so I'm coming back, I'm coming to the other side and I'm connecting with a curve into my under bust line. Okay, so that was my student trying to ask for clarity on what I was doing there. Peradventure you saw our ends. Okay, so after doing that, my chest line was actually 9 inches from shoulder to the chest line, which stands as my armhole line. Okay, so you can actually use it. The armhole line, you get it from dividing your bust by 6 plus 1.5. So I came down from that 9 inches, making it 10 inches. Okay, and I marked it. and then I divided my armhole into two and I marked the midpoint. So from this line, I'm going to connect with a curve to form my sweetheart line. Okay, that's what I'm doing right now. So let me take that again. From my chest line, I came down by 1 inch. Okay, and then on my armhole line, on my armhole, I divided by two. So I connected from this 1 inch into the midpoint of my armhole line. Okay, with a curve to get my sweetheart neck line. Okay, so on this line right now, the sweetheart neckline. Okay, I'm going to be deducting 1 inch from both side. Okay, so it's normal, like you are deducting from the shoulder if you are cutting what do you call it, illusion, or from your normal shoulder, just 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to connect from this side into my underbust or into the darts line. Okay, normal bustier, guys, nothing difficult, nothing new. So I'm connecting from the other side right now into my darts line. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. So please, if you have any question, kindly drop your question on the comment section below. So I'm just marking lines on this part. So these are the part that we are going to be taking off, guys. That is why I'm marking those lines. So right about now we are done, almost done. So what is left for us to do right now is, so what we are going to do right now is to place my roller on this other leg of the darts, on that line. Okay, and then I'll connect it straight to my neckline. That is it, guys. We are done. Okay, just connect it from that other darts leg straight with a slant to my neckline, and then we are going to impute our circumference is your bust circumference, your underbust, your waist. Okay, so I'm done imputing that. Okay, so I'm just going to connect the lines, using my roller. So you impute your bust measurement divided by 4 plus your allowances, your underbust divided by 4, and your waist measurement divided by 4. So and then I connected with a line. Okay, so I came to my bust line right now. We are going to create a bust dart. Okay, and I measured 2 inches, from my bust line down, and I'm going to connect it with a ruler into our bust points, just like you can see me illustrate this way. Okay, so I just created a bust dart. So this is going to give your bustier more contouring. Peradventure the client you're working for is busty. Actually, this client that owned this outfit is really, 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 really busty. So it really helped contour it the more. Okay, that's the essence of the bust that's okay. This bust side bust that's okay. So we are done right now with the drafting. Okay, so we are going right away to start cutting out. Like I said earlier, guys, if there is any part of this video you did not understand, do not hesitate to ask your question. Okay, but whilst you're at it, make sure you like this video, you shared it, you give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe and also ask your question. I'm particular about your question. It goes to show what you understand and what you did not understand. Okay, I always attend to questions. Okay, so we are doing the cutting right now, so you just follow keenly and see how I cut out these pieces. Okay, so I fold in the side bust that, like you can see me illustrate right now. Okay, after opening the darts, so when I fold, I've already opened the darts. I transfer the darts from the side to the waist. So I already opened the waist to enable me fold the side properly. I transfer the darts to the waist. Okay, So I fold it properly. Okay, so this just gives you proper and more contouring, on your garments. So I continue cutting out the pattern. Okay, so I cut out the parts we do not want. As you can see, so I'm cutting out the yoke right now. So this upper part is going to stand as the yoke, okay? But if you do not want to use a yoke or another fabric, you can just you don't have to cut it out actually, but I really want to cut it out. If you're not using any other fabric on that upper part, you don't necessarily have to cut it out, okay? But if you're using a different fabric, you have to cut it out. So this is the yoke, okay, which is also standing as the shoulder area of the dress, okay. It also has that slanted part, okay, that's really makes you know that is Queen Anne neckline, okay. So I continue the cutting. I didn't want to fast forward this part, okay, so that because I wanted you to see how all of this pieces will be cut out for proper understanding, okay. So I didn't also cut out the armhole area. I want to cut my fabric and join so I do not run in short of fabric or some parts of the of the garments, okay. Sometimes wisdom is profitable, guys. So I'm done cutting out, and this is what we have, okay. That is the yoke part, and this is what we have after cutting, okay. This is what you should have when you are done cutting. So you're going to use this now, transfer this into your fabric and cut out, you know. So here we I've transferred it into my fabric, added 0.5 inch, all around on the necessary places where I need to add those allowances, like you can see on the table. Okay, added to the illusion 0.5 inch. Okay, so right about now I'm going to go join it. It's still the normal way we join our bustiers, nothing new. The normal way you join your busters and your bustier and your illusion, there is nothing new. The only thing I think that should have been a bit of challenge is how to go about the neckline, which is what we've achieved, okay. So the remaining thing is basically the same. So I'm done joining. As you can see, you see the bust area is all standing, I did not use brack up for this, so guys, but you see how beautiful it is. So this is the illusion parts or the yoke, and this is how you are going to position it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to attach it. It's basically how we attach illusion, okay, to our bodies, okay. So you place it this way and then you flip it over like this, okay. You either sew, pin down, and then use your lining to turn, or you place it, pin down, and then properly, and then introduce your lining. Okay, so this is the lining. The same thing we did on the main piece, I did on the lining also. Okay, so I place it this way, and then I'm going to sew to turn. Okay, Basically, guys, we are done. You can do whatsoever back style you desire. The emphasis for this tutorial is just on the neckline, guys. So you just sew and then you turn. Okay, so after turning, this is what we have. All right, so bye.